Welcome. Welcome to Watching with Styles. I I hope I don't have it as bad as apparently the Stoops coaches show on Monday with participation. I have greatly calmed down since yesterday. Well, since last night. Um if you don't know, I'm on the post game show with Larry Glover, WVOK, after the game. And I was I wasn't happy. And for me it goes back to this. And if you have watched me for any amount of time, what's up, Benjamin? Is you understand and have heard me say multiple times, players, players, players. And I stand on that, especially when some of the great coaches I know say the same thing is players, not plays. And for to see this game turn out the way it did when the head coach made, in my opinion, and you guys know I don't blame the coaches, but for this one, it sincerely makes no damn sense of why we didn't kick the field goal. In the first half, and here's the thing. I said this on Monday on KSR with Drew Franklin, myself, Nick Roush, and Adam Luckett. I said a few weeks ago before the South Carolina game, I said that if we beat South Carolina, we beat Texas. Because I watched enough Texas football to know that Sark was being hamstrung by his new quarterback. And I made that bold statement because I knew we had a chance. Now come back, we play this game. After all the turmoil we had, these first few 5 games, whatever it is, like I said last week, we were only one game away from what I deemed us to be able to win 6 or 7 games. I said if we were 3-1 the first 4 games, we were going to win 6 games. We were 2-3. Well, we ended up being 2-3. We were 2-2, then we faced Georgia. Again, it is still a situation where if you did a prediction of this season, I had us at 3-1, losing the next 3 games. So at best, what it was going to be, in my opinion, was 3-4 after facing Georgia, Texas, and Tennessee. And then we needed to make hay with the next 5 games. The frustrating part is that after watching Texas the first few games, I'm like, this is a game I had circled for us. We have a chance of winning. And for those guys to battle through 2 weeks of hearing probably nothing but negativity from the student body, from the media, probably in Lexington, from people outside the program, and for those guys to lay it out on the line like they did on Saturday, it hurts me that they didn't get a chance to win the game with correct decisions. And decisions on play calling is whatever you want to call it. I'm again, for me, it's players, not plays. I've been in a situation where coaches make the perfect play call and the players screw it up, and the results are the results. So I'm not about the play calls. But you had decisions to fucking give your team points on the first drive. You knew this Texas team defense was one of the best defenses in the country. You drive down the field. Why not fucking kick the field goal? Reason why I say that is because, like I said earlier, you've watched Texas all year. That offense is not a situation where 3 points are not going to get us to win because they're going to put up 7 quite a few times. This is not facing Tennessee when Hendon Hooker was quarterback. This is not that situation. This is not the situation with Ole Miss with Jackson Dart or Matt Corral playing quarterback. We are not in a situation where we got to hold our breath about can we stop them from scoring 40 points. You knew damn well coming into this game that I said on a couple radio shows that the first team to 21 is going to win this game. 21 is not that many points. First team to 21 wins. So to have it be the score 16-13 when you had opportunities, when you had an opportunity to kick the field goal, when you had an opportunity in fucking overtime to kick a field goal to double down on going for it makes no fucking sense when Texas offense ain't do shit to your defense the entire fucking game. Why would you not kick a down field goal? If the score was 55-55 or whatever it was, then I'd be like, okay, man, whoever's going to score last is going to win. So let's try to put them in a bind, put pressure on, whatever. Makes no sense. Texas offense scored 1 touchdown, their only touchdown, from a punt return when they return inside the 10-yard line. So nothing all game. So why would you put your defense why can't you allow your defense to win a game? Because here's the thing. If you kick the field goal, that defense been putting it on Texas all game. How do you know that they don't fumble? How do you know that they don't get a holding call? How do you know that something happens where it pushes their damn offense back far enough where they potentially miss a field goal? You give your team a damn chance to win a game and not fucking do it where they're the second team. A field goal wins the game. On top of that, if you kick a field goal and they kick a field goal, guess who goes second the next overtime? We do. So now, if that's a situation of if your defense holds them and they kick a field goal, right? And then you get the ball and you get the ball on the 1 yard line, you want to fucking win the game, then I have no qualms with you going for it then. I still don't like it, but go for it then, because after that, I think you got to go for 2-point conversions. That's bullshit. So if that situation happens, then you might go for it and see what happens. What's up, Kendrick? But to do the shit right there, after your defense kept you in the fucking game, after there was a turnover before half, your defense holds them to force them to punt. You don't do that. Just don't. And I know people are complaining about the play call and all this shit, but hear me out. First down, couldn't get it. Second down, they passed it, couldn't get it. Third down, you try to run up the middle again, you can't get it. Kick the fucking field goal. Your offense marched more on that great defense than they did on your defense. I trust in a 25-yard. You did it on the first down snap. And like somebody else said, and I kept it under wraps, but when you watch the end of this game tomorrow, you will see that Cutter had a chance to end it. He did. It was a legit chance for him to score on the pass play. But with all that said, you still don't put your team in that situation of not kicking a field goal. I'm going to say it again. Said it on Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, The Locker, myself and Anthony White. Said it there. No matter who's the coach of Kentucky football, they have my 100% support. Period. Because I know how hard it is to win at Kentucky. So I experienced the difficulties. If you going, and you have never heard me say that Bush Hamdan is the greatest OC in the history of OCs. He's not even close to that. But I want y'all to understand. How many points did Ohio State score on this defense? I'll tell you 14. Ohio State offense is way better than ours. Guess how many points Oklahoma scored on this defense? 6. Oklahoma's offense is way better than our offense. So if y'all were expecting for this game to be high scoring all point, you were misguided. That team, if you want to go watch football, go watch that team against Oklahoma and see if what they did to us, the same thing they did to them. I watched the game. Oklahoma had chances. That defense stood up. They stood on their head when needed to in the red zone. That's why they beat Oklahoma. That's why Oklahoma only scored 6 points. 2 field goals. Because Texas stood on their head down the red zone. The same thing they did to us. So with that said, when you get a chance, you kick the fucking field goal. At least the first one. Give your offense some confidence with some points on the board. Give your defense some confidence that the offense is able to put points on the board on this damn defense. You don't do it to the kids. You just don't. You don't. For me, like I said on the post game, to me, Mark Stoops, not to us, because I mean, I know people fans say it matter. We don't show up to stay, but to us it doesn't matter. But to those guys who laid it on the line all week last week, prepared their ass off, and took whatever happened to practice to the field on Saturday, he owes it to them an apology. He owes them an apology. Now, they're going to say, Coach, we got your back because we would have won for it. No. You took points off the board. And if you did it the first time, you damn sure shouldn't have done it the second time in overtime. You don't double down. You just don't. And the crazy part about it is I know I said it on Alan Cutler's show. If Cutter Boley has a good game, we can win this game. That's the only way we can win this game. If Cutter Boley has a good game. And for a quarterback to go, he went 31 for 29, 31 for 39, 258. Dude, you couldn't have asked more from your freshman quarterback. There's nothing more you could have asked. Oh, Lord, y'all. Hold on a second. I got to get this away. You cannot ask anything more from your quarterback. You just can't. We played. Honestly, nothing's ever perfect. We played as good of a game as we could have. See, look, peanut butter. I don't want to blame the fan, but because the coach, he's listening too much to the bullshit. He got in the Georgia game and punted. Still to this day, I think that was the right decision. Now he wants to be Riverboat Mark Stoops. Two first downs in the second half and lose makes me. Look. This is why, y'all. This is why I said we had a chance against Texas. It's because they have a great defensive team. And I know we have a good defensive team. Style makes fights. Texas has no running game. The quarterback is young. Offensive line troubles all year. If it fed right into they were not going to put 30 points on the board. Those type of teams feed right into, especially this year team, where we're struggling offensively like the last couple of years. Like that feeds right into a perfect matchup for us. That's why I said three or 4 weeks, it was about a month ago that we could beat Texas. Everybody, when I said that on KSR, thought I was stupid, the crazy probably. But the matchup is the matchup. And like I text earlier in the game, I'm like, a young quarterback making a great OC look pedestrian. Arch is making Sark look pedestrian because Sark cannot do all the things he wants to do yet. Sark track record as an OC is pretty damn good. And that offense looks mediocre. Mediocre at best. And it's not all on Arch because that O-line is not very good. They have no running game. They've had some injuries. So, just saying. Who would have thought before the season Cutter Bowler would be better than Arch? Well, I'm going to say this. All the preseason bullshit about Arch was just overblown. I seen the kid play live. He is a very good quarterback. But he needs reps. It's as simple as that. I want people to understand. I had to look up the stats. Damn, Peyton Manning wasn't great his time at UT. Arches, look, yeah, see that's why I highly dislike narratives. Arch Manning is the best high school quarterback out of his two uncles. He is the most athletic quarterback compared to his two uncles. The problem is his last name is the same thing how people say that if it wasn't Manning, he wouldn't get all this pub. It goes the same thing. If it wasn't Manning, he wouldn't have the expectation, the eyes, and the negativity around when he has bad games. It goes hand in hand. That kid can flat out play. It's a situation of, I think he has the same. What does he have the same amount of starts? No, he has some more starts than what? 2 more starts or a start more than Cutter. Like the kid has talent. You gotta give him some time. When you put all that pressure on the kid since he walked on campus, I'm gonna say this. This is why I like the Mannings. Is that when he went to Texas, Cooper and his uncles and his grandfather knew it was going to take some time. They knew it. That's why they didn't rush for him to start. That's why they didn't have him transfer. That's why before the season started, I think Archie said that I'm not word for word, but the sentiment was he's going to be back next year. Even before he played a snap, because they knew. They know the position. They know the situation he's in. They knew it was going to be difficult. They knew he needed time. No, Cobby. He would have been, no, he's ranked where he's supposed to be. I'm telling you, I've seen a kid live. The kid can straight out ball. And I don't want to get into the damn 2A stuff because that shit pissed me off as a guy who played in the same fucking division, the same class. That pisses me off because what some asshole did is they found the worst team possible in 2A that he played and then like, oh, that's a competition he played. It's bullshit. His senior year, the head coach at Newman High School created the toughest schedule they could because here's the thing. Man, I can't believe I'm talking about this. In New Orleans, there are not that many 2A schools. So therefore, the competition there in the area is non-existent because there's not that many 2A schools. So what they did his senior year is they scheduled all the state games. I think they had, you have your 5 district games. All the other games were higher class opponents and or out of state opponents because they wanted to give that team the competition. So I'm again, Derek Stingley came from 2A Dunham High School, my rival in Baton Rouge. He came from 2A, starting cornerback for Houston Texans, probably one of the, he getting paid like he's a top damn corner. Devontae Smith played at Amite High School, based in Hammond, Louisiana. Super Bowl champion for the Philadelphia Eagles, played at Alabama. I can go like it's the guy right now for LSU number 14, Trey Green, played for a school in my district. Now he's one of the better tight ends in the SEC. Don't give me that. When people say that, it pisses me off. The kid can play. The kid is a bona fide superstar in high school. Period. He can make every throw. The difference is he needs reps. I don't care how smart you are. He's got all of the know-how. It's the fact of the game changes. The speed of the game is different. He had to sit 2 years. If he would have started his freshman year, had his bumps in the road, he wouldn't be where he is right now. He'll probably be on the cusp of being an NFL quarterback. If people think just because he's having a rough start of the season, first year starting, that says he sucks, y'all would have thought a lot of people suck. Who said Cutter did not have a chance of being a good quarterback? Avontre, yes. Cutter has a chance to be a good quarterback. The problem with Cutter though now is we all want Stoops out. Who is going to be the next coach? And is that going to mesh well with Cutter? You don't know. You don't know. I don't know. And I hope a damn sure they don't ask Cutter like they did Tim Cowles to find out, does this coach... I don't think you want a 18, 19, 20-year-old helping you pick your next coach. I'll never go for that. Cutter has all the potential. Cutter needs to do the same thing that Arch, that he needs reps and he needs to learn football. Because there were plays in this game, and you will see that he makes those plays himself, we win the game also. So, see, Avontre said, keep Stoops and continue to lose. See, that's like, man, y'all should follow Jaquez Green. Jaquez Green was one of the best receivers in the SEC when I played. And it's weird that we have the same feeling. See, you think that? Remember, Florida thought that too? And how many coaches have Florida had since then? Like, a chance to win is crazy. I'm going to tell you this, Avontre, and this is, I said this weeks ago. I said if they beat South Carolina, they'll beat Texas, which led to probably winning 7 or 8 games. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to pull up the schedule, y'all. I got to pull up the schedule. I'm going to tell you this. With the way, if this offense plays the way they play, or play the way they have been playing, it is no reason that they couldn't be Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech, and Vandy or Louisville. I'm just... these next 1, 2, 3, these next 6 games, if the offense keeps progressing, they can win 4. I like how people say the game has passed people by. It's crazy. It's crazy when people say games have passed people by. Now, if you want to say a coach don't want to deal with the current player, now that is to be said. But the game passing someone by is crazy when this guy has had good portal recruiting classes since the portal's been a deal. Goes all the way back to Jock Jones and Keidron Smith to Pop to the only thing to Will Levis to Wanda Rob. The only thing he missed on, as Johnny Cage, he missed on Vandegrift last year. Because I must just tell you, he didn't miss on Devin Leary. A lot of people want to say shit about Devin Leary. He didn't miss. I still say that was a bad match between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. I will live and die on that until the end of time. That Devin Leary, Liam Cohen was not the right match like Liam Cohen and Will Levis. Brock Vandegrift was just not that guy. He was not ready to have the keys. Period. But if you look at the guys he's hit on portal guys. That's the game. I understand people pissed, and I'm gonna say this. I keep on saying this. I would rather people understand or be transparent and say I hate the motherfucker because he tried to go to Texas A&M. Period. I hate him because he wanted to leave, and I'll be like, you're right. I have no problem with that. But to then, it's like, eesh. See, this offense hasn't scored more than 2 touchdowns in 2 years under Bush is factually true. The bad part about it is Bush is linked with Brock Vandegrift. Like there's one, but you got to do the other one. 1 + 1 = 2. Brock Vandegrift was a bad choice. It is. His best players were guys he had. His best player was Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, then you go quarterbacks. You go Will Levis, Terry Wilson, Steven Johnson. Those are all JUCO guys. And Will Levis was a transfer, so you can't say that. That's not true. So peanut butter, you have to, yes, if you go Josh Allen, Benny Snell, yeah, that's true. But there's a lot. Do you personally think Stoops can take us to a CFB? Hold on, I'm gonna tell you this, Avondre. Be honest with you. This is the crazy part about life and timing. We're about to go to 9 SEC games. Do you think anyone's going to be able to take us to a college football berth? Here's the reason why. Even if they go to 16 teams, wherever they go to, how many SEC, unless they go to a damn college basketball deal, right? You have to finish top 4 in this conference. All right. How many times does that happen? And you say, Ty, here about the history. You talking about history. History is back in the 1900s. Jorge said, ask Indiana about their past. I'm going to say this, Jorge. I wish Indiana had to play, and you know this as you play in the conference. I wish Indiana had to face 8 tough games instead of having to prepare for one. Indiana did something I didn't think they could do, go into Oregon and win. Jorge Saban ain't going. All right, Jorge, let's be transparent. How many games do you think Saban could win with these guys? How many guys on our team? See, now y'all got me going into a damn. I'm gonna be here for hours. How many games do you think Saban can win with this squad he has? How many players on this team could start on another SEC team? See, now y'all got me. See, this is now I got peanut butter said and have a major college kick 2 fields going third down. I don't know about two. I don't know about two. Jorge Morton. See, Jorge, now you've been crazy. Look, I said this last week. What happens if Stoops wins the last 5 games? Y'all should. I don't want people saying, well, we should keep. You should still want his ass fired. Saban would not fucking go 8-4 with these players. That is crazy. 8-4? 8-4. What's the 4 losses? 8-4 is crazy. You had a fucking quarterback turn the ball over in the second quarter against South Carolina. 2 for scores. You think Saban's going to stop that? Oh, but the field goals. I have seen multiple teams kick the ball on third down when you have no timeouts. Multiple. See, what happens is, and I get into it. I'm gonna play it out this because y'all had me talking the whole night. That second half, and this is the fucking narrative that kills me because we don't Georgia, Tennessee, Auburn. That's only 3 losses, peanut butter. You had us at 4. So you think see Avondre, see people just because I want to make sure I'm right with this because I played Indiana and Indiana was pretty good when I played them with Trent Green. But I just want to make sure that I am okay. They won 8 games in '93, and I'm gonna say this: what's crazy about people saying stuff about Indiana and Avondre saying about mediocre. The crazy part about it, as I was saying earlier, is timing. What if the college football playoffs was started in 2015 and we got there in 2018 and 2021? Would that be a difference for y'all? See, because what happened is that Indiana is what we are a few years ago. Can Indiana continue to do it after Kurt has gotten back-to-back portal quarterbacks? Is he going to hit on portal quarterbacks every year? See, because if you look at that team the last 2 years, their team is based off the portal. Can they continue to hit? Can they continue to get by of not playing all the top teams in the Big 12? And that's the fucking problem with the Big 12 is that they have too many teams. Big 10, I said Big 12. They have too many teams. So last year, they only played Ohio State, no Penn State. So what happens this year? I don't know what their schedule is this year. So they play Oregon. Okay. If you look at their schedule this year, with Penn State losing James Franklin, they're going to run the table. What happens next year? Okay, Peanut Butter said he would make the 12-team playoff with Bo Allen. See, that's there are how many there's a it's 132 teams in football, college D1 football. There are over 100 teams that are in the same boat that we are. In the same boat that we are. They're in the same boat. Like all this stuff can be good and football is possible. We was fucking good not that long ago. It's not progress is not linear. You're gonna have bumps in the fucking road. Look at I don't want to go to other teams. As Jock Green said, look at us. Look at what we did at Florida. You win with Urban Meyer and I haven't done shit since. Like I said earlier, I'm going to support whomever is the coach of this team because I know how difficult it is to win in this conference. After adding Texas and Oklahoma, it just got even tougher. Again, I would ask if we won, if the college football playoffs was installed in 2015, do you feel differently? Because we would have made it in 2018 and 2021. We would have lost early, but we would have made it because we were a top 4 SEC team. Now you just added Texas and Oklahoma. Georgia, Alabama are going to be top 2 teams. Georgia, Alabama, historically top 2 teams. Now you add in Tennessee. Okay, Jorge, I hear you. I don't would have been a winning program. What does that mean, Jorge? Because a winning program to me is 7-5. Are you saying we was gonna win 10 games with him last year with damn Brock Vandagriff? Or you think he brings in his players and that JMU squad would have been able to handle our SEC schedule last year? See, that's the one that I don't believe in. Because that crew last year was lucky to have that schedule. And you saw what happened when they got in the playoffs. You saw what happened to them when they got in the playoffs. So I don't know. But let's get into this. Let's get into this film. I'm gonna say this, y'all. We probably gonna get. I'm gonna say this. I've said it before. I highly hate when teams run um, this zone read, fake ass zone read without having a quarterback truly read it. Over and over again. This ain't the first game. There are situations where if the cutter takes the ball, he gets 5 yards. Like I just hate just fucking run inside zone. Don't read the zone read, just run inside zone because that shit pisses me off. This first drive, man, people say what they want to say. Getting the ball into your running back's hands, getting the ball in the tight end's hand when his team likes to play man, what's the name of the game? I said it on KSR. Like, we got to get the ball to the running backs and the tight ends. We did a damn good job of doing that. That was the difference of us marching down the field. Y'all, this front seven, this defense is top 2, 3 in the country. 18 and 21 team will be 6-1 right now. That's crazy you say that, Peanut Butter, because everybody's saying the same shit about Terry Wilson. Will they be 6-1? I'm trying to think. They definitely win the South Carolina game, so that's one game. and they win this game. So that's 2. And what are we? We're 2-4. No, I would say we would be 5-2. 5-2. The key word, Hunt Ross, as you said, every other SEC team. Every other. Every other. Shit, I was 0-8 in the season in conference. I know how it feels to be 0-8 in the season. I was 0-8 in the season. I don't think we win the Ole Miss game. I just don't. Not at the time it was played. See, if you looking at it as just a team in general, I can't argue. But at the time we played, remember Terry Wilson? That would have been his second start. That would have been Will Levis' second start. I don't think we win the Ole Miss game. I just don't, and we definitely not beating Georgia. So I would say we lose those 2 games, and what if we're 5-2? I can see. I give you 5-2. I give you 5-2. Right? Who else we played? Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, South Carolina. Hold on, have we played 7 games? Have we played 7 games? I don't think we played 7 games. Have we played 7 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we only played 6 games. Right? So Toledo, Eastern Michigan a win. South Carolina's a win. Yeah, 4-2. I'm comfortable saying 4-2. In 2018, shit, we should have beat Tennessee with that better team, and we didn't. So we were. I think that 2018 team, as a look of now, would have probably, as I'm just seeing the game, would probably win 8 games for sure, maybe 9. This is high level. Do you think we get that intensity effort from the team going? We should. No, it's not hard, Steven, to get up for games when you're a player, because you don't want to get embarrassed. At least for me, I don't know. Fuck. Every week I was going against Eric Mose, Eric Kennison, Bryce Hunter. Fuck. It was like Frank Sanders. Jock Green and Hilliard? Fuck. Do you want to get embarrassed? Jorge. See, that's the narrative, and look. I don't know Jorge because you know football. No, you know what, Jorge? Fuck that. I'm not gonna say you know football. You know offensive line. I'm not gonna give you that much credit since what you saying. What you saying? I don't know what. Last year team did not have a lot of talent, Jorge. I'm gonna be honest with you because here and the reason why I'm gonna bark at you about that one, Jorge, that you said the O line sucks. So where was the fucking talent at, Jorge? Where was the talent? You had last year had a lot of talent. Where was the talent? I mean, think about it. Where's the talent? It wasn't at the quarterback position. It wasn't at the O line position. It wasn't at the running back position because damn Wilcox couldn't get his ass straight. So where was the talent? You had one defensive lineman who we found out the season was hurt and ain't practicing spring, really ain't practicing fall. Your best off defensive lineman was hurt. Where was the talent? Derek Jackson. Jorge, you better change that to 1 solid receiver, not 2. You better change that to 1. Oh my God, Jorge! Now you funny as hell. That team last year, was not as talented as people think. The whole secondary is the same secondary we have this year that people don't like, right? When Derrick Jackson went down, that was a problem. I'm going to say this defensive front this year is better as a whole than last year's defensive front. The linebackers are not as good. Man, Pop, come on, man. I don't like. Our cornerbacks was cold. You mean freezing cold? Come on, Jorge. See. Now you're trying to be funny when I've said all the stuff I said last year. They had one good game, that Ole Miss game. Deion is the only guy. He was hurt last year. Deion and Max. Max missed how many games? 8 games? How many games did Max play last year? 4? Come on, y'all. That defense, what that team, y'all, that whomever brought that out, and I fed into it a little bit too. They had some depth, but then we got hurt. That team offensively was not very good. I mean, you talking about the most talented team is not even close. You had a couple superstars, and that's it. And those couple superstars just overshadowed everything else and made people believe that roster was a damn good roster. Even I know I said it earlier, but then when you look at it, it's like, fuck. That O-line sucked. The quarterback was horrible. Like, I'm going to say this again. Same thing with Vandy. And that's why this game played out better for us. It all goes down to the quarterback. Jorge. Cohen had Leary the year before, and people were complaining. He couldn't get the down. We couldn't get the plays in, or where we were slow with operation. Come on, man. Brock Vandagriff, Liam would have fucking choked him. Liam would have fucking had. Oh. So, like I showed in the cut up, this is shit, man. I'm already how deep am I into this? I'm always out. And we're gonna speed it up. I don't want to be here 3 hours. Like I said in the cut up, this is like someone called into the post game show talking about the plays, right? Like, oh, they suck. So if you thought we suck, Steve Sarkisian is one of the best play callers in college football. If Bush sucked, Sarkisian was horseshit. Horseshit. Like that. What he called on that game was horrible. He called a game based on what his players could execute. So I like how fans think that you can just make players come to your team. Like you just put together a roster and you just discard good guys and only get the guys. Dude, players have to. High school to college is it's the last time you choose the place you want to go to. I'm gonna tell you, Peanut, but I don't think Stoops want to come back. With all the verbiage being narrative sent around, I really believe, and I would say for him, dude, if you can get your money, you are going to be, no one will ever appreciate you again at this institution. You can never win over the loudest people ever again. You have overstayed your welcome with some of the fan base, and they will never come back on your side ever. You ain't winning 10 games here consistently. Like that, you're asking for the impossible. So, ain't gonna happen. And all that stuff about, like, for example, peanut butter bringing a purveyor. What is Vandy gonna do when he leaves? Because that team rides on his shoulders. Vanderbilt has always had a great defense since I've been associated with Kentucky. They have a quarterback. If you watch that game, LSU, he put that team on his shoulder. LSU dumbasses was fucking blitzing, playing man to man, and had nobody eyes on him, and he won that game on his shoulders. That's why a quarterback is so important. I hate to say it, but if you don't have a quarterback, you ain't winning 8 to 9 games. And you are going to a 9-game SEC schedule. You lose one of your gimmies. And don't say it's just us. Every fucking team in the SEC has 3 gimmies. You lose your gimme. Most of the teams. Some of your top dogs play another top team, but most of the teams in the SEC have 3 gimmies. You lose your gimme and you gain another conference game. Peanut butter. Let's wait till that week before. Vandy's not scoring 45 points on us. How many points did Vandy score on us last year? I like how automatically certain teams are gonna just score so many points. Vanderbilt, I'm gonna see how many points Vanderbilt has scored this year. Vanderbilt against Vanderbilt scored 44 on Virginia Tech, 31 on South Carolina, 70 on Georgia State, 55 on Utah State, 14 against Alabama, 31 last week against LSU. They're not scoring 45. No. Told you not to trust Kelly. I like her. That LSU game was not on Kelly. LSU game was on that defense and those defensive players of not handling their responsibilities, of having contained and getting fucking faked out by Pavia and him getting first down. If you watch the game, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Nick. That's Nick. You have said exactly. That's exactly. You couldn't have said it any better. That's exactly what it is. Nick said it perfect. I'm gonna read it. Any UK fan that expect 9 to 10 wins every year is delusional for sure. But you can't have back-to-back years with a downward trajectory with a coach that's been here 13 years. That's true. The problem I have is the 13 years. Every coach has downtime in 13 years. Like, there's not one coach that has not had a down year for the expectations of their program. Like, a down year for some teams is 8 wins when they have historically had double-digit wins every year. So when they go down to 8 to 7, that's a downward year. See, that's what people have to understand. Our consistency is not 9 to 10 wins. Our consistency is not even 7 wins. Consistently, it ain't about it's up me target. It is what it is. I don't want to get into the whys. But this is a chance where people say stuff. And here's, as Coach Smith used to tell us, that y'all remember all the good plays. I'm going to remember only the bad plays. I'm the coach. I remember all the bad plays. And that's what fans do. They only remember the bad plays. I can tell you that if you, first of all, Coach Stoops shouldn't have put Bush in a situation to call those fourth down plays. But other than that, the guy called a damn good game. His quarterback was 31 for 39. For all the people who say, well, quarterback is doing so poor, that's on the OC. Well, when he does, you got to give him credit. All the fucking stats had us better than them. If we can cover punts, we easily win this game. Easy is not like we're going to score 30, but it should have been 13-3. When I want you to understand, this is, as we call it, 3 by 2. All right? And I know some people, when Skang was here, hate the reduced formation. The reduced formation created everything for this. This linebacker has that back. The problem is that linebacker has potential 2 receivers he has to go through to get to that back if that back runs a route to the outside. And Texas loves to play man in this situation. So like I said in the cut-ups, it's a double rub. The tight end gets by, he rubs him. Ferrier comes and sits down right at the sticks, he rubs him. That's 2 rubs. This is a OC scheming his guys open. See that 1 rub? That's intentional. That's 1. Ferrier, that's intentional. That's 2. That's the call. That's the play call in the right situation. If you could pick one ACC team for Kentucky to beat in your life, depends on it. Which team are you confident in us beating? And my life depend on it? None of them. Shit. I want people to understand we are that team. It's unfortunate. And honestly, Vandy is still that team. Teams still believe that Vandy is that team. Shit, I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to go from top to bottom, like peanut butter, it would have to be your lower team. I'm not picking. If I had to pick a team, I'm going with talent. It'll be Mississippi State. Mississippi State has talent maybe worse than ours. And they're the only one. If Vandy didn't have Diego, I would pick Vandy. But, man, we're beating Tennessee Tech. All right, so 2 rubs. That is a great offensive play. See what happens when you play man? The ball is thrown. This guy does not even know. That's a great play call. That's a great play call. 3rd and 2, want to move the chain. You pull out your best short yardage play. And we're keeping them honest. Like, I want y'all to understand that we still ran the ball quite a bit. Oh, Jorge. All right, Jorge. Appreciate you, brother. And that's the crazy thing, y'all. I want y'all to understand. Is the great thing about football is Jorge played for Kentucky. I played for Kentucky. We have 2 different perspectives. But at the end of the day, we both just want us to win. That's the end of the day. We just want our program that we play hard for to win. Jorge had more success than I did. But all we want to do is for these kids to win. Because look, y'all, I'm just letting y'all know. In my 4 years, we won like 15 games. In my 4 years combined, we won 15 games. 6, 1, 4, and 4. So I know how hard it is to win. And sometimes we take for granted those 2 years we won 10 games and, oh, that should be that is not the norm. Everything had to work right for us. It's the same thing if you look at 2022, 2023. Those are 8 or 9 win seasons if everything goes our way. If we don't have C-Rod miss the first 4 games. If Will doesn't sit the South Carolina game. If Will and C-Rod play in the bowl game. Right? If that season, if there's no illegal procedure or illegal shift against Ole Miss, that's a win. Right? If we don't get hand in the face against Vandy by Oxidine after Keydron picks the ball to seal the win, that's a win. That's 2 wins in that season. That's 9. That's not counting the bowl game. If we 9 wins, those 2 guys play in the bowl game, we probably win 10 again. In 23, same thing. Like, if Max and Drew Phillips, they don't get hurt in the bowl game, we win 8 games. So then that's potentially 10 and 8. Like, things got to go right for you. Every year for things to go right. It's like this game. No one is, I won't say no one. The narrative I hear is Texas sucks and Texas this and Texas didn't play well. Fuck, Texas just beat Oklahoma. A ranked Oklahoma. But now Texas sucks because we played them to a situation where we should have won. Where does this thing happen where we played a damn good game? What happens when the OC and DC called a damn good game to put us in position to win, but the fucking head coach don't take the points? This is the point of the game where, and I was going to do a cut up, is when the growth of Cutter really showed itself. All right. I want y'all to understand the O-line against, look, it's not stated enough. These guys right here with that defensive end at the bottom of the screen is a problem. They are a problem. They rush forward, can't get there. We go empty. Their linebacker comes on a blitz, and it's not a green dog, it's just a delayed blitz. Cutter stands in there. Guess what he does? He replaced the ball with him. He replaced the ball with him. He knew where to go with the ball. It's not 100%. Not 100%. But when you saw him blitz, you got to know what route is going there, and I got to get it to that is progress. 3rd and 7. Oh, I want to show you again. Just look at the O-line. You can't block them all. That delayed blitz is a problem. He's got time. That's the blitzing. That's a delayed linebacker. That is the way to sit there, make a great pass. I know this is a bullshit call. He caught the ball, but whatever. You don't challenge that because you only would have gained a yard or 2. This is, again, the O-line handles this to perfection. He has time. He is patient enough to let These guys clear out. This first level clear out. Then when the linebackers bail, watch, he let them clear out. And he's patient. He's patient. This is big. This O-line played their ass off against one of the, they're not going to probably face a better front and two better defensive ends than they faced on Saturday. This is progress. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't try and force it into one of these tight windows here because you're trying to get the first. No, what you do is you be patient. You let the play develop. Let those guys get pushed with the verticals and let your athlete make a play. This is progress. That's 2 plays in a row where I saw progress. This is a play I'm trying to get our guys to understand is that it's trips, right? And we play boot a certain way. If it's trips and they run a boot, it's normally clear out. Let me draw. Normally clear out, second level, arrow route. So we play it differently. Now, if it's a boot or a rollout and this guy stays in and only your 2 receivers are in the flood route, the intermediate guy is going to be coming from the other side. Be aware of it. It's a great job by Cutter. Being aware, that is where you're going to get a hole there because what happens is, let's just teach. What happens is, I don't know what covers they're in, but let's just say they're in cover 3, which I think they are. Let's say they're in cover 3. This guy has deep third. This guy has deep third. This guy has curl to flat. When it rolls out, he's going to the flat. This guy has hook to curl. When he goes out, he's going to get to the curl. What happens is, with all that said, right, there's going to be, these 2 guys are flowing. There's going to be a natural void right in there on the second level. And as a quarterback, you have to know that too. He's patient. He allows, I think it's Boyer, to float in the zone because these 2 guys are extending with the rollout. It creates a natural void. Great pitch and catch. That's 100%. That's not half the time. That's 100% of the time. That's progress. That's patience. That's understanding not only your side of the ball, but the other side of the ball. Not enough people's giving this O-line enough credit. I'm just going to point that out. Jorge's gone, so he's not going to give him credit. I want y'all to understand right here. This is now on the O-line. I want y'all to look at, you can send out 5 guys, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who looks open? Right? I want y'all to look. The O-line is blocked. They formed a pocket. I want you to understand. This pocket is pretty damn nice. There are blue jerseys in between Cutter and the white jersey. There's no leakage. Now, if Cutter wanted to throw it, he could have thrown it to the running back. All right? But he decided not to. I don't know why. That's your safety valve. There's no one on him. This is the guys closest to him. And for some reason, he doesn't expand with him, which I don't know why. But he's open. They're playing man. There's no one out there. I want y'all to look at it. There's no one out there. He could have thrown the ball to the running back. Right there. But here's the thing for teams who like to play man. Once the quarterback escapes the pocket, there's no one there. And like I said in the cut up, this is a learning experience. This is a situation where if Cutter dives forward, it's a first down, and the next two plays are irrelevant. They're irrelevant. If he throws it to the running back, if he throws it here, it's a first down, definitely, possibly a touchdown. Because there's nobody on him. If he gets to here and he dives forward, it's a first down. I've been a proponent. I've said this with Will Levis. I'm not a proponent of the slide because there's too many guys who hits the quarterback. His head is exposed. They hit him. He gets hurt. For me, you protect yourself better by diving forward. If he dives forward, because they got it, and it's a bad mark. They got to mark him down when he starts this slide, which is about right in there. So it's not where you end, it's where you start your slide. And he started his slide. Honestly, I understand why. I'm looking at it again. He really started his slide right there. So they're not that far off. He started that damn slide about right there. They're right. But if he dives forward or continue to run or make a move, whatever, because this is, I know you want to keep your quarterback safe. If he cuts off a soft ass, right there, he might have a couple more yards. But situational football, you at the first down marker, don't slide. That's actually not a bad spot, y'all. That's not perfect, but it's not bad. This defense is too good to do that. But it shouldn't have never happened. It shouldn't have never been put into that situation because we should have got the first down on the quarterback scramble or on if he passed to the running back. Now, I don't know why we don't get to their best player. Why do you not block zero? So they make a play. It should have never got to that situation. It shouldn't have been fourth down there. Just shouldn't have been. So defense comes out. As I said on the cut up, man, they play well. There's not much I can say. But I will say this. Landon Watson is becoming a player that we need to see more of. Period. I think he's playing better than both Afari and Rayner, in my estimation. Now, I know it's in limited duty, but these are the kind of things that really bug me. And I know it bugs me because I played in a secondary and you just can't trust linebackers in coverage. But these two linebackers can't be holding hands in this coverage. It's a rollout. First of all, get some more depth. That should never, like, that pass to 84 should have been picked, or you would have to throw it out of bounds. We have too many guys in too close a proximity to each other. Now, this is a situation, y'all, what happens when you rush 5 and they send out 5. Pass lane discipline. Pass rush lane discipline is so important. And I don't know if that's Saunders. I don't know. I don't think it's Gusta. Is we have to play better in our rush lanes and not create a nice void for a running quarterback that honestly is not seeing the game well right now. You gave him an out because we didn't have a guy in that pass lane. You did not have a guy here. And you create a void. If there's a guy there, I keep getting the names wrong. I think it's Oates. It's number 2. I think. He gets a sack. This is their longest run of the game, y'all. That's their longest run of the game. 14 yards on a quarterback scramble on 3rd and 8. Get off the field. Great defensive coverage. I can't see what happened in the back end. I have the wrong angle. I wish I had an end zone cut, but I don't. All right. This is a little bit of a problem. Nichols cannot bite. He cannot look his head inside. He's got to force this guy inside. Look at the cavalry. They are coming. These guys right here are starting to progress to you. When you make them have to run 9 yards further, it makes it hard. You got to turn them in. You got to turn them in. This is when this is when I knew that Sark was still on that bullshit because he can't trust his guys to make a 3rd and 3. He's got to gimmick a 3rd and 3. When you're in 3rd and 3 and you got to run a gadget play as a coordinator, that means you're not confident. That's a great first down play, y'all. Again, you got to judge the totality of the game, not just 1 or 2 plays. And this is another great play. Oh, it's not this one. This is a situation here. I play it for the end zone. That's a great throw. If Harley catches it on the first try, this is a completion. Because then he could either hold the ball high, which I would probably bring that ball up high after you catch it, bring it up high so he can't get it. But since he had to double catch it, it gave the DB time to get his hands in there. That double catch was everything. If he catches it on the first time, I think he definitely catches the ball. Because then he could keep his hands high. But since he double caught it, that allowed the DB a chance to get back in the play. This is a play as I cut up this one. If they're playing man, this guy does an unbelievable job of getting through the rub route because this is supposed to supposed to go to that arrow route. But their best player gets there now. All right. So now this is for me. Is when a team is playing man, they are protecting their inside. With the protection that was given, Cutter did not have to panic right here. When I think the guy's name is Hill. When Zero got on Seth, he panicked. He should have let the play develop right there, in my opinion. There's no panic because there's no rush on you. Like there's no reason to escape. Zero. Now, I'm going to be honest, there's no one wide open, but you also have to play leverage. What leverage do they have? This would have been your best shot. That would have been your best shot. Guy playing inside leverage, guy run a sail route. That's your best shot. Throw a good ball where only your guy can catch it. I like that one. I like that one more than a 50-50 ball down below. I'm not going to go over this again. This play makes no sense from a DB standpoint. And then when you hit the guy before the ball, don't fucking be upset when they call. That's fucking obvious. That play irks me so much because the technique you did should have been the perfect call, the perfect technique for the damn ball they thrown. And for go look at the cutups. Excuse me. This is a great play. I'll do it from the end zone. All right. This is why this is so good. It's because you put the O-line in a bind. You put 74 and 71 in a bind. This is why you put them in a bind. They want a double here because tight end has that one. All right. They want a double there. All right. The problem is once the safety comes over, 74 loses 71 because he's punching with his inside hand. So what happens is since now you rush here occupying the tight end, you rush here occupying the guard, this guy has leverage. He's got leverage there. 74 can't block him. That is unbelievable call that's really set up by the timing of Jordan Lovett. That's a great play. That's outstanding. That's a great twist. Come up, make the play. Good job by Nichols. Now we're in third and long. Now we got to find a way to get off the field. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Here's the deal. This is why it's unacceptable. First of all, it's 3rd and 12. That's the first thing. Next thing is these are the sticks. Get your ass behind the sticks. Make them throw it in front of you. Right? That's the other thing. When he rolls out, you already have this right here is on lock. He's got him. You got to feel guys behind you better. If you had more depth, you would have. That's on this guy. It's not on the corner. That's on that guy. Get in the window. Our understanding of space, route combinations is horrible. My tears are dried up, y'all. But how many of y'all been watching me from day one? You'll know how I feel about this. If you watch me for this year, you know how I feel about this. Nichols has figured it out. The slow back pedal, not panicking. This is the advantage. Watch this. This is the advantage of having great eyes on a quarterback in zone. If he didn't have great eyes, watch when he breaks. What's up, John? Front hand comes off the ball. That foot is progressing forward. He planted. He's going downhill right now. He went downhill right when the receiver started to turn. That's why he got a breakup. All right. I showed on the cut ups my math. Y'all know how I do. The real ones know how I do. I'm not gonna subject you to it, but I just want to draw it up. There's a reason. This link right here is so important. You should be able to break 1/3 of that length. And he broke 1/3 of that length and got a PBU. If he could have broke a second earlier, he might pick it. It's a great ass play. I've been preaching for that all year. And Nichols started to do it a couple games ago. Now he has become confident. He's watching this show and he's saying, yeah. I'm just joking, y'all. He ain't watching this show. All I'm going to say on this is we are beat, and I don't fucking get it. All right. The bad part about it on this is since we are locked up man to man, once he goes in motion and you follow, this guy knows it's man to man. All right. So that's a problem. So there's no disguising, right? When he goes across and somebody runs with him, they know we're in man. Why are we slow reacting to this route? Y'all, we got lucky on this. We are fortunate that this is not completed for a touchdown. Like, watch. Number one goes inside now. And we are that's a touchdown, y'all. If he completes that, that's rough. We were fortunate right there. I guess Ty Bryant's playing single high. He might have made a tackle. See this right here, y'all? This right here. No one is respecting the quarterback to pull it. No one. This guy right here doesn't know if he's pulling it or taking it. All right? We got fucking Joe Flacco did it. If Willie comes over here and logs that corner, there's no one else over here besides that guy. And he's screaming this way too. We got to allow the quarterback to take it once in a while. It's a good situation. Keeping the confidence. Y'all, 31 for 39 against this defense. It's pretty damn good. Let me see what. I'm going to pull some up. I'm going to keep talking. 31 for 39. I don't know if anybody else has been that efficient. Take what they give you. Take what they give you. That's big. Take what they give you. First down, first down. This is, again, I'm not saying Bush is the greatest OC, but against, this is a scheme open. You think they're going to be a man. No one, you motion a guy across. You put them in where they got to communicate. They don't communicate. No one has Gonzalez. Rodriguez. You got two guys on the outside blocking their ass off. Yo, that's a first down. That is a scheme first down. That's a scheme first down. Oklahoma. The good John Mateer was 20 for 38. 3 interceptions. Just saying. 31 for 39. He was 20 for 28. Oh, Jeff just put it up. Y'all, guess how many points Oklahoma had last week? They had 6. They had 6. All right. Oklahoma first drive. Got a field goal. I think it was 3rd and short. Was it not 3rd? It was 3rd and 4. Didn't convert. Got a field goal in the second quarter. 12-play drive. They were 3rd and 10. They got behind it. They were 4th and 1. They got a first down. That's what I remember. Field goal. Like, yeah, 31 for 39. He was actually 32 for 39 since he threw a pick. And I think he threw a couple balls away out of bounds. Like, dude, you gotta give credit. This ain't this. I'm gonna go over again. This is not on Bush Hamlin. This is not on Brad White. This is on Coach Stoops for not kicking the fucking field goal against this defense. As I said earlier, the first drive, if Cutter dives forward, we're not even in that situation. And we'll talk about Cutter later on the overtime. When you have receivers, what are we? We 2 and 4? When you was 2 and 3 and you have receivers blocking like this, man, when you knock down, when you pancake, there are 2 defensive backs. It says a lot about where these players are, especially wide receivers, y'all. To get wide receivers to fucking block, that's extremely difficult. And you got 2 of them on a tight end screen. Now, this play's bullshit. This is the first bullshit. All right. We got 3 guys in motion right here. The 2 guys get set. Kendrick Law gets set. Now he goes back in motion. That's bullshit. For them to call that is bullshit. See, that's the case of you start taking it too much, they're going to bite on it. Like, that's just, he made his decision up before the snap. That's close to being a pick. And all it is a simple smash route. The thing that saved him was that he was into the boundary, so the pass wasn't as long. If that ball was in the middle of the field, that's a pick six. You can't guess. You got to just anticipate. Third and 6. As I show, and this is an elite level throw. This throw showed all the possibilities with Cutter Boley. It showed his anticipation. It showed his touch. It showed his belief in the route. It showed everything that you would need to see. This is a high level throw, high accuracy dot, like I did in the cut-ups. All I want you to know is that why make the hardest throw? That is the hardest. You from the opposite hash. That's like a 30-yard throw. Okay. This is what, and it's a gimme because, like I said earlier, it is a situation of this guy right here is an inside leverage. As I teach my guys, if they throw an out route on you, tip your hat to him. I don't want that ball to be thrown here, because if he catches it and you miss a tackle, it's touchdown. All right. With that said, if you know your route concept and you come up to the line of scrimmage and you see this configuration and you know this guy has a shallow, that should be your number one option if they blitz. All right. They got single high safety. If they're playing man to man, right? Now you know they're playing man to man. You got a natural rub route here, and you got a shallow. If he throws it to the shallow, all the shallow has to do is beat one guy. There's a safety somewhere back here. If he throws it here, these guys will never, I'm going to draw there. These guys will never get to him because they are worried about their guy. This guy obviously is breaking on Kendrick Law because that's his guy. If he throws it here, that's a big ass play. I'm potentially saying a touchdown. See that? That's the one. And it sucks to say this with such an elite, accurate, great throw. But if he throws it here, that's ugly. It's a great ass pitch and catch though. And ain't nobody who can tell me. I know someone talking about, well, a lot of people, not just one person, said that if you run out of bounds on your sideline, that is treated as a substitution. Bullshit. Horse shit. No fucking way. I just saw Tennessee, and I did the Tennessee game because I know they do this. They ran out of bounds there. Then the guy said inside the 20s don't matter. Bullshit. Still haven't found a rule. Here's the thing, y'all. This is why, to me, it doesn't matter. There's a ref right here. And his job, and there's another ref, back judge back there. Their job is to make sure no hanky-panky goes on the sideline. So they see one go in, one go back out. It's not a substitution. We should not have to fucking wait. They should not be able to substitute at all. That is Bullshit. And I hope somebody, JD, I hope you asked Coach Stoops this weekend, did the SEC office say anything about this shit? That's horseshit. I showed a film about us last year. Had the same shit happen. That's horrible. Progress. It doesn't seem like a lot, but these 3 to 4 yards is showing progress. Y'all, one block. If we make this block, we get a little more yards. That defensive end runs around the block, still makes the tackle. If he's not there, I think Seth has a chance of getting a little more. But he goes around the block and brings the thunder too. Yeah. Woo. All right. We got to throw the ball away, Cutter. Did I get the whole play? Shit. Okay, I thought I did. All right. The only reason you yo-yo motion Kendrick Law is because you as an offense know that these guys like to play man to man. All right. So what I'm going to do is see if they're holding true to their tendency. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this guy in yo-yo motion to see if anybody follows him. Since no one followed Kendrick, now we know they're not man. If they're not man, now we got to know what coverage they're in. With the way this guy is playing, they probably in too high. With the way, here's the other thing. With this guy fake blitzing and nobody really over number 2, you know he's coming out. There's several. The latest one, I think Aaron Rodgers with the Jets, or was he still with the with Green Bay? I think he's with the Jets. And one of these linebackers come up, he's like, dude, you ain't blitzing. You're not blitzing. People wonder why he's not blitzing. Because no one is over my fucking number 2. That's not sound defense. So you know with this guy 12 yards back, you know they're dropping. So you think it's man, but it's not now. It's zone. Here's the thing. If they fooled you, throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. You cannot make plays out of everyone. Just throw the ball away. Throw the ball away. 4th and 5, we might go for it. The way Coach Stoops was rolling this game. Oh my God, this is bad. I'll do it for the end zone. I think this is their biggest passing play. Let's see if it's their biggest passing. It might not be their biggest pass. Yeah, no, they had one later. They had one in the 3rd quarter. Which one was that? Oh, I do remember that. All right, y'all. It's all on the corner. The corner has to feel he's playing contain. Corner cannot go under. See how when I draw that up, how big of a lane it creates? You cannot do that. If he goes here, look at the guys who are coming this way that can potentially make the tackle. He does this job. This is perfect. All it takes is one guy on defense not to do their job, and now there's a problem. See that? See how Afari, if JQ does not go under big number 66, he goes that way and forces him to him. He makes that tackle. Damn, that bothers me. Landon Watson, I'm telling you, he needs to get some more play. I don't know how many snaps. I'll wait till this week to get the snap count. Excellent job. Terrific job. Fighting like hell to not let that ball get outside. Awesome job. Shoot your shot. You know you got guys coming inside. Come downhill with bad intentions and shoot your shot. See all the running back feet off the ground? That's all we need, dude. That's shoot your shot. Just watch. Big Landon is running. Nichols, I'm filling the hole because Quay is not allowing him to get outside. So now I can shoot my shot because I see big number 9 running with bad intentions. All I gotta do is make him do something that he doesn't want. Shock his system. Shock the system. That's all we need. That right there allowed Quay to get. That's a great play, dude. Cam, I'm gonna say this, and it's not a big sample size, but right now Landon Watson's playing better than both of them, Afari and Raynor. That can't happen. This is the same thing I showed during the game, how Jordan Lovett didn't shoot a shot. There ain't nothing wrong with what Ty did, but Ty's got to trust his eyes. Shoot your shot. Go. Go. See how he pulled up right there? Watch. See how he took that I'm not sure step right there? If he goes, here's the thing that you have to understand. Once you know what everybody has and where everybody is on the field, I'll just say this for myself. People used to say that I guessed a lot, especially my teammates in practice. It's not me guessing. It's one, it's anticipating. Two, being 100% comfortable with my eyes and that my eyes never fool me. Three is trusting my teammates behind me. See, when you know you have a guy who can cover your ass, I keep saying this, y'all. I played with the great Melvin Johnson. Great safety. Second or third round pick. Tampa Bay. Unbelievable player, hitter. But for the way I play, Reggie Russ was easily my best safety. Hands down. There's nothing no one can say. People, what you play with a top drop? No, that doesn't matter. I trusted Reggie that if I fucked up, that he was going to eliminate my fuck up. Right here. If Ty trusts Lovett, Right now, he is screaming. There's no hesitation. You know what down is. It's 3rd and 12, whatever it is. You know where the chains are. You are screaming. There's no hesitation there. That hesitation right there is the difference between a pick and a first down. Well, Cam, I think he saw him. This is why I think he saw him. Because if you see the throw, he threw the ball to the right shoulder. I think he saw something there. Number 0 kept drifting over. But if Ty shoots, that's a pick. Great coverage. Great coverage. Won't y'all understand? I know my guys watch this. Some of my guys watch. I want you to understand. Look how he just doesn't go and take it now. Right? He's actually helping a little bit with the second level. This is almost a 2-yard loss. That's a yard loss. It's 3rd and 8. They had a completion for negative yards. That's great defense on a rollout, man. When you get penetration from your nose, all plays are done. Like is that Gusta? Is that Saunders? That is great work. That's great work. Now I'm gonna say something. Y'all, I came close. See, peanut butter, don't do that to me. I said that. I said if we win 5 games in a row. Someone said we not winning 5 games in a row, and then peanut butter, like, dude, if the offense plays better, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Well, we got 6 games left. Anything can happen. Anything. To me, it's a week by week thing though. Let's see. Do they play better next? Can we string together 2 good offensive games? Because even though we scored 13 points, that was a damn good offensive game against that team. Percent chance we get the 6 wins. As of right now, 10%. But that 10% can grow to 50% if we beat Tennessee. Nah, not that high, peanut butter. To get to 6? Nah, not right now. I gotta see some more. Cutter has got to get rid of this ball. If you know we're zone reading, we're faking. And to me, it's not even RPO. We're faking here. You know this guy, if he comes, is your guy. You got to know this is wide open. Throw it to where he's leaving. That's the next level of execution. Throw it to where he's leaving. Replace him with the ball. Replace him with the ball. I don't think it's 6 anymore. Cam, is it still 6 or is it 7? I thought it went up to 7. Replace him with the ball. You cannot take a sack. If you don't trust it, throw it at his feet. You got to get rid of the ball. That is your guy. You, like in blitz situations, sometimes the blitzer is the quarterback's. You are blocking him with the ball. You can't let that happen. Cam, it used to be 6. I thought they changed it to 7 later on. I mean, you can look at it from this. Throw it to Caddis. Throw it low. Just got to trust it. Here's the thing. I don't know how. You just have to trust it. You have to trust it. Trust it, trust it. If you don't like it, throw it at his feet. But you cannot take the sack. You just can't. You can't. So as I was saying earlier. I was gonna say earlier. Our special teams were not special. And that was a problem. Punt return, fumble after fumble after fumble. Punt team with shitty ass cover lane, not making tackles, and a lot of those were defensive players. Like those were starting defensive players on punt team, and we could not get off the field. Cobby possibly. So this is the only touchdown that they get when they start inside the 10-yard line. And they had trouble getting this touchdown. They had to go to third down. This is great defense right here. They had to go to third down. And this is right here. I know this is in the second half, but you just watched two plays where we gained 4 yards when we backed up on the one wide. Then we do a quarterback sting, get set to carry at the end. Cam. Yeah. Why is Afari not shooting? And then why is Cam so deep in the end zone? Like, what is Afari waiting on? Honestly, what is Afari waiting on? It's 3rd and 3. You're probably right, Cobby. You're probably right. If it was Arch, they might call it. Y'all, when we're seeing defensive ends crash on this zone, inside zone run, and they're playing man, why don't we pull it? Damn, I don't get it. Again, this is scheming guys open. This is a great play against a team who runs zone. Who likes to play man. You got him in man-to-man. You bring the guy across from the other side of the field. It's a communication thing. Number 4 for Texas think they're rocking and rolling, but he forgot that this guy is blitzing. So now he's got to get on his high horse because, like, oh shit, we can't rock and roll. That's my guy. Scheming guys open. I really want to know what people give the O-line play because the O-line played at worst B plus. At worst, if you give them a grade lower than a B plus, that's a problem. Against 2 of the better defensive ends in the conference, one of them is elite. Number 1 is elite. They have an elite middle linebacker. Boy, they snuffed this out from jump. This play had no chance. Turn on the heat. Damn, peanut butter. It's not that time yet. Damn, it is close November, isn't it? You gotta take what they give you. You have a bad first down play, you behind the chains. See, now this is the one where you get your offensive line in trouble. This is not offensive line fault. Cutter's got to step up in the pocket. There is nothing going on in here. He's got room. I don't like. Oh, it's 4 degrees. Shit. Don't you just put your right tackle in the bind by escaping. That could be a holding, and it's not a holding because of him. It's holding because of you. Step up in the pocket. That's ugly, y'all. That's ugly. Damn, it's in the 40s? Yo, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not that cold here. Shit, I just had practice today and it was 90 degrees. This was a perfect situation for this game to be over. Oops. Really. Because I know there was people online telling me, oh, this game is over. Interception. Number one's a player too, JD. 312. Ball on the plus 45, plus 46. After a pick, can this defense do anything? Look what they do. These next 3 downs are big. Get them behind the chain. All starts with the nose, with Gusta. Penetration, right? Penetration. That's all it takes. Now it's 2nd and 10. You haven't used AC in 2 weeks? Peanut butter, my AC just kicked on. That's why y'all boys got to move down south. 2nd and 10. Sack. Y'all. And really, y'all, I know he came late, but this is a 4-man rush that caused this sack. A 4-man rush. It's basically, if you look at it, it's a green dog. We're playing. It's awesome. All right. So now we got him at 3rd and 15-ish. Too close for comfort. And this is on linebackers. It's on linebackers. This is right here. This guy means nothing. It's 3rd and fucking 16. Get your ass with depth and read the quarterback. Afari is a former DB. Why the fuck are you driving on a 3-yard out route? My opinion on Brad White is this. Brad White is the Eddie Grant of defense. Brad White schemes to the ability of his players. Some people don't notice all the different intricacies that he has done since he's been in DC. At a time where we had Trevin Wallace, where there was aggressive. Trevin Wallace got hurt, he had to change a little bit. Last year when D-Jack and Pop was linebackers, he changed a little bit then. He changed when he had Valentine as a corner. Cam, I'm gonna be honest with you. I shouldn't have said that because that means I'm not honest normally. My opinion is this. Is that Brad White doesn't want to be a head coach. I like guys who like the job that they are, in essence, called to do. I think Brad White's purpose is to lead a room of defensive players. Brad White, I don't know for sure, but I think he's had the opportunity to go coach smaller colleges on the East Coast. He's had chances to leave here to be a defensive coordinator at other places. I think his family is entrenched here. Like I've told you many times, you can get a recruit to come to Lexington. It is a tough place to say no to. I don't think Brad White wants to be a head coach. I really don't. What's the Stoops news today, Cam? I'm in Louisiana. I don't listen to all the local media. JD says he's agreed. I just think he knows what his purpose is. I really do. I think he is a damn good defensive coordinator. See, there are some guys that can only coach talent. There's some guys who can coach anything. I think Brad White has the ability to coach anything. And being at a school that is not going to get top flight talent year in and year out, you need a coach that's flexible. That's why I will be the solo guy on this mountain. Is that sources say Stoops has willing to, yeah, I don't think Stoops want to and not be here like that. I think he hears all the whispers. There's nothing, look, Cam, there's nothing Stoops can do this year, next year, the year after that will be appreciated by a segment of this fan base. He's cooked here. He really is. And I don't blame him with the sentiments that are being said by some of the fan base. I don't blame him because there's nothing he can do. He's done his job. He brought this program to a level that no one ever imagined. The problem is this. Is that my concern is whom are you going to get to come here? And you can't miss like some of these other programs have missed. It is a tough. It doesn't matter, Cam, if there wasn't other opportunities open. This is a tough job. I want y'all to understand that no one wanted that Vanderbilt job. Clark Lee took that job because he's an alum. And he loves the university. Like, bruh. If Virginia Tech offered Coach Stoops the job, really, if they really offer him that, he should take it. For sure. I just don't believe that they offered him the job. I want people to understand that coaches, like y'all heard me say this many times, and I've been shot down by people whom potentially know more than me in the John Summerall camp. But I know from the people whom I know is that Tulane is not afraid of us as far as losing John Summerall. You can want all the guys you want, but that guy has to want you too. And we are going to 9-game SEC schedule. It is going to be decidedly harder for us to get into the college playoffs now than stand at a G5 school where they're going to pay you $4 million a year. That's just the truth. IU is paying Cignetti, what is it? $11 million, $9, whatever it is, at IU. We all know IU is going to hit a speed bump sooner than later. I don't know, man. It's JD just said it even better. It's you got no built-in recruiting base, 9 SEC games plus U of L. Y'all, like we have never won 6 SEC games. We've only won 5 a few times, and Stoops has the most. So now you're expecting to add another SEC game and win that. To get to the college playoffs, you probably have to win 10 games. Can you do it? Yeah, once every blue moon. It's not going to be a regular appearance. And you're not going to be in contention regularly, like some people want. Some people want to be, well, we need to be in it. No, it ain't going to happen, y'all. You have to finish top 4 to 5 in conference. How many times has that happened? And then you added 2 more tough teams. It's extremely difficult. But that's been, I guess, too realistic for some. We act like this. We act like we have so much talent that all we need is another coach, and that's going to bring us to 9 wins. Even with the recruiting class we have had, we're still in the bottom third of conference recruiting. The gap has tightened up, but we still bottom third. Again, year after year, how many players on our team will start on the majority of SEC teams? Not many, y'all, if any. All right. And I look, this is the thing. Stoops says you're right. Stoops has elevated us to beyond just going to a bowl game. I think, well, before the 9-game conference schedule, 7 to 8 wins should be the floor. IU has hit the portal. Let me look at it, because I don't like not giving right numbers. So I'm going to tell you in a minute. Peanut butter. No, what was it? Cam. What IU ranking is. Hmm. In 2025, let's go Big Ten. In 2025, IU had 16 out of 18 ranking in the Big Ten. All right, that's 25. They were 16 out of 18. In 24, they were 16 out of 18. I'm going to go 23, then I'll go back up. In 23, they were 13 out of 14. In 26, they are 9. They're right in the middle. Right now, they're 9. So, but their portal hit. Here's the thing: continuity is big. Cignetti brought almost all the JMU with him, which helped the transition last year. And this year, he got a couple portal guys, receivers, and he got Mendoza from Cal. Here's the thing: can you hit the portal every year? And I don't know what IU schedule is going to be, because I'm just being honest with you, they have not had a difficult schedule. And you can't argue with that sentiment. Next year, it's still they just get It's unfair. Next year they do get Ohio State, and it's Michigan going to be back to normal. But their schedule is North Texas, Howard University, Western Kentucky, Minnesota, Northwestern, Ohio State, Purdue, USC. If USC is good, Michigan, Nebraska, Rutgers, Washington. They are going to play 3 tough teams. When we play in this conference alone, 5 of your games against ranked teams. Think about that. Every team in this conference is playing at least 4 to 5 ranked teams. All right, that was too close for comfort. All right, y'all. We're almost done. I want y'all to understand this. And this is what hurts me the most. Is that this 67 seconds were ran about as best as you can do on the minus 10-yard line. So, what do? One thing you want to do is get Texas to use these timeouts. That's your first thing. They have to use those timeouts. So, if you go 3 and out and they get the ball with 50 to 40 seconds left, they don't have the ability to call timeouts to get the field goal team on, or if they get tackled inbounds. Like, the most important thing is that. So what you start off doing is you don't need an incompletion. You don't need the ball. You don't want to run out of bounds. So what you do is you do this. Boom. 5 yards. If you think Big Ten keeps winning the championship because the schedule helps, it doesn't hurt, peanut butter. All right. So now, 2nd and 5, they call a timeout. You accomplish one of the goals. 2nd and 5. Oh, shit. Now we're on the 20. Oh, now we have a chance. Right? Now, let's see what we can do. 56 seconds left. Only lost 11 seconds. Great pass. Let's see what happens. 41 seconds left. Get up to the line of scrimmage. We still got all 3 timeouts. See if we can get a first down. Boom. Great pass. You don't want to put your quarterback in a bad situation where he's got to feed into a crazy zone. So now, we just nickel and diamond. But we got a great running back. Oh, scoop. He gets almost to the 50. 34 seconds left. We got the ball off in less than 4 seconds. Let's see what we can get. Oh, big time play. 24 seconds left. We're in business. We almost in field goal range. Get up bounds. Get up. Not get up. That's fine. Now we call another timeout. 18 seconds left. We're in prime. We got 1 timeout. 18 seconds left. We started on the minus 10. 67 seconds. In less than 50 seconds, we got to the plus 29. I don't give a damn what you say. How can you go from the minus 10 to the plus 29 in less than a minute and not be happy with where you at? This is not bad fucking operation. This is fucking elite. For this team to get in this situation to be in field goal range is elite operation. Let's not go by what happened, as some people say, the history. Let's not go by what happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago, Let's look at what happened this fucking game. In 67 in less than 50 seconds, we got to the plus 29, starting on the minus 10. And only used 2 timeouts. And I don't think we got out of bounds one time. Exactly, Cam. All right. So here's the deal. And I can't tell because I really can't tell by his helmet. I really can't tell what he's looking at. All right. Because here's the deal. I just can't tell where he's looking at. Oop, shit. See, to me, it seems like, but it's not clear that he is looking in that direction. It really does seem that way. But I can't tell without a shadow of a doubt. If he is, he should have seen the linebacker come. Blitz. I think he looks better in JD. He looks better in a situation where the picture is clear for him. Unfortunately, we can't run empty backfield too much in conference. Like when you go 5 out, you know you have to throw the ball quickly. So it clears the picture up. I just don't think we can live in 5 receivers. I think he likes that option of 3x2s. I don't think he likes the option of faking like an RPO. In this conference, drop back pass all the time when you don't have elite receivers is not the way to go either. But in this situation, y'all, we got guys open if you just trust the system. Like right now, this is your guy. And honestly, no matter what, you throw the ball, get the ball. Like right now, and this is coming from high school, this is the hardest thing, which I'm glad I didn't play quarterback in college, is I would have thought this guy can't touch me. Because in high school, it was hard to get a sack on me. But these guys are better. And Cutter thinks he can get around that. You can't in this situation. This is the thing. You have to understand the situation. The situation is this. 18 seconds left, 2nd and 1, with only 1 timeout. You cannot take the sack. You have to throw the ball away. If you throw the ball away, it's 3rd and 1. You're still in a winning situation. You cannot take the sack. You have to throw the ball. Throw it out of bounds or throw it or replace the ball with the blitzing linebacker. Like I said, Cutter played a great game. But there's just certain situations that he has not been put in that he has to be more aware of. That's it. He's got to be more aware of those situations. And on this, 13 seconds left. You just had a quarterback that just took a sack. You now have no timeouts. Do you run another play with the potential of not getting the first down? Because now it's 3rd and 6. Not getting the first down, throwing the ball, the guy does not get out of bounds, and clock runs out. Can you imagine the uproar if we got no chance at a field goal in this situation? Could you have ran another play? You're damn right you could have ran another play. But if that play is not successful and the clock runs out, it's even a worse look. So, do you kick a field goal on 3rd down? In this situation, I ain't got a problem with it. I don't. 0. Because your quarterback just took a bad sack when he could have thrown the ball out of bounds or replaced the linebacker with the ball, and that could have been Even made the kick even shorter. See, now Kyrie brings up a good point. I thought about this today. If Cutter started the first game of the season, we still don't beat Ole Miss. He doesn't have the game he had against South Carolina, though. Does they end up in a win? I'm not sure. But we win this game for sure. Because he just has the reps. And the last two quarterbacks we brought in were mistakes. Kazada was a mistake. And Kazada is shocking to me because he's shown his ability to be a serviceable quarterback. It goes back to the marriage between the coordinator and the quarterback. Devin Leary didn't match well with Liam Cohen, and unfortunately, the same thing happened with Calzada and Bush. They made a mistake. We don't beat Ole Miss, Cam. I just don't see it with Cutter starting because Cutter starting that game is equivalent to Cutter starting the South Carolina game. He's still learning. Like I don't think if Cutter played like he played this game in the Ole Miss, we have a chance to win. But you can't expect Cutter to play like he played on Saturday, the second game of the season. Like you're asking a lot. He's still learning. Now, if Cutter started last year and now he had 12 starts, and then he starts this year, then we can talk about the Ole Miss game. But the Ole Miss game being the second game, no. Ole Miss is playing the right quarterback. Simmons is a better quarterback than what's his name? Chamberlain, right? He's a better quarterback. Simmons just been hurt. So, but you're right. We might have lost to Toledo. Might have. I don't think so. The defense played well. I don't think so. The run game was good that game. But we don't beat Ole Miss. So, y'all, I've come off of my high horse. This is where I'm going with this. I still believe Stoops lost this game. Cam, I don't know if Simmons wasn't hurt, but Simmons is still a better quarterback, in my opinion. Here's the thing. Stoops lost this game. The rest of the season is a game-by-game account. I will say this. Let's see how Aguilar plays next week compared to how Cutter plays. Let's just see. And the thing about it, like I said at the beginning of the season, if we can pull out one of these three games, Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, that puts us in a better situation. Now, I also thought we'll be 3-1 after the first four. We were 2-2, so that hurts. But if we could pull off one of these three games, the confidence for the last five, is huge. You build confidence with the Auburn, then you build more confidence with the Florida game, then you build more confidence with the Tennessee Tech. Then let's see what happens the last two games. No one had us beating Texas at the beginning of the season anyway. So let's see. No one had us beating Tennessee at the beginning of the year. Also, everybody, as I know, thought that this was the tough part of the schedule. We'll see what we can do when we get out of here. If we can win one of these games, if we can beat Tennessee, then let's regroup. I don't know nothing about Cutter peanut butter, to be honest with you. I think Cutter leaves depending on whom is the next coach. That if the next coach sells Cutter on him being the potential starting quarterback, then he'll stay. If not, here's the thing about Cutter though. This is the hardest thing. Is you better make the right decision. Because in this world, with the portal and NIL, they were bringing another quarterback above your ass in a heartbeat. The days are different of if you're the starter, you pretty much going to be the starter until you leave. Don't leave just to leave. Make sure you're making the right decision. And it's a hard one because you never know, especially with a new coaching staff coming in. Because they don't know you, you don't know them. That's all. All right, guys. 2.5 hours, not bad. Especially after y'all forced me to do almost an hour before we did the video. Although we didn't have that many snaps, y'all. I think Tennessee had like 50 total plays in the game. 55, 56. 55 total plays in the game, so it wasn't much. This game was crazy, man. Stoops owe these guys an apology for this one. Not in a bad way, because kids, the players, former player, we love an aggressive coach, but at the end of the day, your aggressiveness cost us this game. Where all the other bad shit that happened with the players on punt team, fucking being there and not bringing the guy down, all the stuff that happened. Cutter not diving forward instead of sliding, taking a bad sack, all that stuff. If you kick the down field goals, we have a great chance of winning. So that's your decision that you made. You need to apologize, not to the fans, not to the media, but in that meeting room. If y'all met today or met on Monday, tomorrow, you need to apologize. They're going to say, players should say, coach, it's not your fault. But you should apologize because those decisions to be aggressive cost us the W. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Same channel, same time. Have a good one.